Okay, we're going to move on right now to the build part, and this is shipment 16. Now, I already did an unboxing of all this, so if you're curious on what was in shipment number 16, actually, if you're curious on any of them, starting from 1, I made a playlist of just the Enterprise D from Eaglemoss. So if you're curious on what's any of the shipments from 1 to 16 to this point, just go check it out in the playlist. I did separate videos. I did the unboxing and I did the build. So if you want, you can check that out, and up until the end of the model, we'll do the same thing, and it'll be in the playlist. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right to the stage 59 assembly. And you can see we're going to be having the port side nacelle and this portion under the primary hull that are going to be affected. You can see the first things we're going to do are the windows, and we're going to cap them off. So why don't we go ahead and we'll get everything ready, and we'll start with 59. All right, we'll put all these aside until we need them. And let's take everything from 59. Look at this. Nice. And it's metal. All right. So. All right, what we need to do, I like to use a little pedestal. And we're going to put the windows in. So you can see the 2 dark room lights are going to be in the middle, and the 2 lighter ones are going to be on either side. So let's get these off the tree. Alright, so that looks pretty good. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 59C on it. And we're going to use the AM screws for that. 2 of them. That looks pretty cool. Alright. And you can see we're going to put the phaser array on. And we're going to use CP screws to keep that in place. Alright, so here's the phaser array. And it's going to go just like that. And we're going to use CP screws to hold that in place. Nice. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to put the transporter emitters on. And that would be these little guys right here. That looks pretty good. All right. Now let's this one. There we are. You see that looks pretty good. We got the windows. And we got the transporter emitters. And we've got the phaser array. So we got a lot on that little piece of hull. So what we're going to do now, you can see, is we're going to put the a light. Return to your saucer build and thread the unassigned bulb from the deck lights fitted in stage 1 through the skeleton as shown. All right, where's that going to go? You can see that's going to go up in there. We're going to thread it underneath, and then we're going to put it at 90-degree angles. There we are. All right, and then we're going to take this, and this is going to go in that way, and it's going to have an AM screw. All right, so let me show you guys what it looks like. Okay, when you get it in, you put it so that the you spread out the leads, make sure they're flat, and you put it into the little area, and this little bracket right here holds the bulb in place. Okay, so let's see how many of those we got to put in. Cover the bulb and secure. We already did that, so I guess that's it for now for that section. So what we're going to do with this one, let's see, I just saw the light. Here it is. We're going to put this in over there. All right. That's in. And what we're going to do is we're going to connect the nacelle, a light strip, and a battery box. All right. Make sure you run the wire underneath, and there's a little slot area where this will go, where it won't be disturbed. So let's slot it back in. All right, that way there. That'll go in. We got to put this back in place. Just like that. Because the light is going to go on the top of that light. This goes into the little groove. And there. Just like that. So the two lights are in place. And now we can put the screw. Here we are. And make sure that this is in. There. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put this on. And you can see the little pins are going to go right in. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, guys? Now it looks like the nacelle is complete. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Alright, so that's all set. So, and that completes stage 59. Now we're going to stage 60. And you can see we got another section on the Bassard collector and the warp nacelle. That should finish it off. We're going to go back to that same spot under the primary hull. You can see we're going to add windows and we're going to put the backing on. So we're going to do that first. So let's start with that and let's get 60. And we've got section or issue 60. You can see this one. This section is plastic. You can see the Aztecing. I hope the camera picks that up. So I'll put all that aside for now. We're going to go just like this. And we're going to put in 2 BP screws. So 2 of them right here. All right, so we're only going to put in 2 of the BP screws. And that's going to go into, let's see. All right, so you can see how they're coming out through that section. And what we got to do now is we have to take what we just did. Okay, so what we did was we hooked up the 2 lights and we brought one in. Let me show you guys. We've got the lights right there. That's all hooked up, so let's see how we're going to put it in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to put it onto the one we just did with the phaser arrays, which is this one. And looks like that's going to be going just like this. Just like that. And let's see, we're going to put it on. It's going to go like this. These are going to go there. And it looks like these are going to go right here. Okay, and that's going to be held in place with FM screws. Near the FM screws, I think these are. Okay, my batteries are starting to run low. So let me show you guys what it will look like. You guys can see the way it's starting to look. And like I said, my batteries are starting to run a little bit low, so let's take this off for now. There. All right. So we did that, and we got to this. So we're going to go back to the nacelle right now. Okay. So back to the nacelle. You can see where we're going to put the battery in. And let's see, I know I got batteries like that somewhere. And this is going to be the screw that's going to keep it in place. You should test it because you dumb. Alright, how is this going to go in? Like that. And I think we need 2 of these, yes. So this is going to go like that. As if right on cue. There we go. And you can see this is now complete. When you put the switch on, we've got the, wow, this is so cool. Let's put the lights off. And look at that, guys. Love it. This is absolutely beautiful. So I guess the whole ship is going to be in different sections where we have to put the switch on to activate it. I guess it's not going to be one switch for the whole ship. I'd like to figure out, maybe at some point I'll plug it all in and show you guys how to do that instead of having batteries. But for now, you can see we've got the Bassard collector, and we've got the nacelle, the warp nacelle, and it's done. And it's going to click onto the nacelle pylon. Love it. And this concludes this nacelle. And let's see, looks like we have some more. The stage 61, we got a bunch of the escape pods. So here's 61. And let's get that out first. We'll do the top. We've got the escape pods. We've got windows. We've got the screws in here. And these are the covers for the escape pods. And let's see, we've got metal section. Very nice. We got more FM screws. And we also have the circuit board that's going to go in the bottom of the frame for the secondary hull. So let's put that aside for now. All right, let's start with the okay, you see that looks pretty good. And let's tighten up the sides. Don't want them too tight. Tight enough though so they don't fall out. Alright, so that's good. Now, let me widen the shot a little bit for you guys. Now, we're actually going to put the windows on. And these are going to go right along the outer edge like this. Alright. So these are not going to light up. The windows along the edges do not light up. You can see they're all in. The escape pods are in. Okay, so what we got to do, you can see we've got one of those, we got that light that's on the outside, we got another one of those brackets, whereas I know there was one of those brackets. Let's see, here it is. This looks like a light. is that going to be held in place with, let's see, going to be FM screws, just like that. I'm thinking that that's how it's going to go. And there's going to be a light that's going to be on the front. Okay, so after what seemed like an eternity to try to get this little piece into the end piece, just like that, you can see we got this in, we got this section in, and we're not supposed to use those 4 flashing bulbs, so I put those to the side. But you can see now we've got a section, our first section of the bottom of the primary hull. All right, so that's all set. Let's put you back onto the tripod. All right, let's put the lights back on. And we're going to take the power supply off. All right. You should see what this is supposed to look like that. It was a nightmare to try to get that little piece in and then snap it into place where you couldn't really hold it, but it's done. And let's see. That was this section, and we tested them, and they're fine. And, okay, now we're moving on to the next assembly. There are 3 of the little brackets that we're going to hold the LEDs in place with. So let's just go ahead and get all these out. And there's actually another one, so there's 4. 1 for each light. There we are. And we got 1 more. All right, where are these going to go? These are going to go right on this side. Just like that. I don't know if you guys can see how easy that light just goes in like that. And I want to do both of them at once. That way there we can just throw the bracket on. All right, so what we did, we put the brackets in, securing the lights in place. You can see we got that section all finished, looking good. And this will be for whatever sections are going to go on top. So what we can do is we can move on, because that's all done. And we're going to move on to step D. And we're going to start the secondary hull frame. All right. And we've got part 62. And we've got some packages of screws, and I think that's everything in it. I'll put this. Now that's everything. All right. We got FM screws. And is that it for the tray? Yep. All right, so you can see the bottom. I think this is going to be the bottom. And what are we going to do first? We're going to put in these little posts, and they're going to be held in place with BM screws. And that would be these. Alright, so before I tighten those up, we're going to see what's going to go on top of those right now. Let's see, let's just kind of All right, what's next? We got that. So now we got to put in we got the circuit board. And looks like it's going to go right over here. And it's going to go like this. That's going to be held in with the FM screws. Here we are. And we got the two posts here. All right. What's next? Oh, and that's it. 62 is now complete. So you can see we got the circuit board ready to go, and we've got the bottom frame, or this could be the top frame, I'm not sure, but you can see we got the stuff ready to mount in here, and we got the circuit board, and we also did this section. Let me show you guys. Starting to come together, looking pretty cool, just like that. So my friends, that was the build for issue number 16, or shipment number 16. So until number 17, I'll talk to you guys really soon. Thanks for watching.